Right guys, I'm going to go through some surface area for you. So this was posted for both the Year 9 classes and the 101 math class. So we're calculating the surface area of this rectangular prism. So not the volume anymore, we're just thinking how much material is going to be needed to make the faces of this, this prism. So basically, I use S subscript capital A. So capital A is usually used for area and capital S used for surface, and it just denotes that we're calculating surface area. I could do this in one big calculation of addition. So I've got a 4x4, I've got an 8x4, and I've got another 8x4 on the bottom. So there's my 4x4. There's my 4x8, and on the bottom is my 8x4. And then I have two of each of those sides, don't I? So I could just do this and times that whole thing by 2. And look at that, it's a little bit of bed maths for us, isn't it? So it does come up in the real world depending on how you do your calc. I could have gone 4x4, done the working, 4x8, done the working, 8x4, done the working, but I could actually just chuck this all into my calculator now because of the way I've set up the equation. So it just makes my life really easy. So if I was to put this in a calculator, okay, we'll see if we get the right answer. 4 times 4 plus 8 times 4 plus 8 times 4. I know I could probably double those, but let's just keep it simple. And we get 160. So that should be 160 meters, and it's squared, it's not cubed. I know it takes up 3D space, but it's actually still a two-dimensional measurement, still the surface area. Okay, so the reason I times that whole thing by 2 was I've added this side, and this side, and it's the same as this side, and that side at the back. So if I add all 6 sides up, there's 1 side, 2, 3 sides, times 2 gives me all 6 sides. And you can do that because it's a quadrilateral, a rectangular prism. So let's move on to this triangular prism. It's a right angle, so this area here, so surface area, well, we're going to get 2 lots of, now the area of a triangle is half base times height. So 2 times half the base times the height. Now 2 of them, because I've got this one and the one on the back. Plus, I can add those 2 faces with the 6.5 by 10. I've also got a 4 by 10 at the back, and underneath I have a 5 by 10. So without a calculator, let's try this one. Well, those 2 times a half is 1. I've got a 20. I've got a 65. I've got a 40. And I've got a 50. Let's see if I can add this up correctly. Well, 20 and 40 makes 60, and 60 makes 120, and 50 makes 170, and 5, 175. And then I go and check my units. It's in centimeters, all my lengths, but it's area, so it's squared. Here's my answer. Okay, now this one is tricky. There's one concept that you really have to understand, and that is that if we unravel this curved surface is actually a rectangle when it's flattened. Now this rectangle, we know, has a width or a height of 1.5 meters, but it's this length here, which we don't know. And we can actually figure it out though, because this length here, if we unraveled it, is the same as the circumference. So circumference, we all know, is 2 pi times r. So this length here is, let's go, circumference is 2 pi times the radius. So 2 pi times the radius. Well, I'm going to call that 5. That is going to be 5 meters. So this is 5 meters. So our surface area is going to be a 1.5 times 5 plus, now I've got 2 of these circles, don't I? I've got this one and I've got the one on the bottom. So I've got plus 2 lots of the area of a circle. Well, that's pi r squared. So 2 lots of pi times the radius squared. So there's my rectangular face, my curved surface, 1.5 times 5. That's 7.5. And I've got plus 2 times pi times 0.8, and I have to square that 0.8 because it's an area, isn't it? So, and I've got 4. Just gonna call that 4. And if I add those together, well, 4 and 7 makes 11, and I've got a half, 11.5 meters squared. So just recap that. This is my curved surface in here, that area there, 1.5 times 5, and I got the 5 from the circumference of the upper circle. And here is the area of the circle area on top, and I have 2 of them. So then I just done that multiplication, added it to this big multiplication, and I get 11.5 meters squared. So there it is, there's the whole worksheet. Nice.